Hello, I think it's time for another video. Thought we'd have a break from the XV-01 and have a look at my old CC-01 and get it ready to rock and roll. So here it is. It's not much to look at. It started out life as a long wheelbase model that came with the Touareg body, which never got used as I wanted something a bit more crawlery. So I tried to get one of the original Proline FJ40 bushwhacker bodies with the correct grille, but I was already too late and ended up with the funky, not quite close enough to get sued, grills. But it was better than nothing. So I ran it for a week or so and quickly discovered the CC-01 is a pretty sorry thing if you point it at anything more than a rough footpath or a grassy hill. So in an attempt to help things, I took a hacksaw to the front and ended up with a fairly useful tool. The hugely improved approach angle helped immensely, but the underside of the chassis would still get hung up on just about everything. So I gave up on it, put it on a shelf, and there it stayed for the next 4 and a bit years. You see, what I really wanted was the original Pajero body from 1993. I ran with a couple of other guys from the Scale 4x4 RC forum at Greenham Common a few times, and one of them had a lovely Pajero which looked just right. That's what I really wanted, but no matter how much I scanned eBay, a body that fitted my budget never appeared. Roll on a few years and the Pajero has been re-released. Actually, it was first re-released in 2008, but I never saw a Pajero kit or a new body in the wild. It got another shot in 2012 however, and is still on sale now. So, with the bodies available new, it's time to have another go at putting together a capable CC-01 cross-country Pajero. Back to my chassis and a quick tour. I've already done some minor things, changed the wheelbase to the short position and chopped up the drive shaft. Here you can see the aluminium front bulkhead I made to hold the front of the tub together, after removing the box. The front body mount is hung off the bulkhead with an aluminium bracket at approximately the right height. There's a couple of notches taken out the chassis so the weak as a water 550 55 turn motor fits. But other than that and some bearings, it's box stock. Right, we'll start at the body. I started by finding all the parts to make up a body set. I was close to paying out when I discovered a guy in Japan selling the complete RTR body, including all the front LEDs and a TLU-01 LED driver for less than the price of the kit parts. Seemed like a much better deal, so I pulled the trigger. Now, I was planning on a repaint, but the body is actually moulded in red plastic, which is perfect if you like red, as scratches won't show the primer. There's still some body mods I want to do though, so don't worry, there will be hacking. Now the body on it shows a bit of a problem with tyre clearance. I've been running the wheels and tyres off an F350 high lift, which were a perfect fit under the FJ body, but on the Pajero there's a lot of rub. So into the spares box to dig out some Tamiya tyres. First I tried the original Touareg wheels, but there was too much offset. Then tried some fake Steelies, still too wide. So I went hunting and found these HPI 0mm offset vintage series wheels. Not really designed for the 1.9 tyres, but close enough. So we'll mount up the tyres. I'm going to put the print on the inside as I only have 3 Tamiya tyres and 1 from Carson. No one will know though. Right, that's the rubber sorted. We just need a servo. I'm going to use a Savox SC-0252 metal geared unit, a cheapo Tamco receiver, an E-Tronics transmitter, and I thought we would try one of these bargain Hobby King brushed ESCs. Only £7 and has a feature especially useful on a model like this that you don't find even on most high-end ESCs, but more on that later. Since it's been sat on a shelf for a few years, there's a few things we need to have a look at and tweak. First up is the rear axle. The mesh between the bevel gears is pretty hopeless. As this one hasn't been run much, there's no damage, but without this mod they will eventually start skipping teeth. Now if you're building one, you should have fitted bearings throughout, leaving you with a stash of bushes. Grab one of the small ones and one of the big ones, remove the short shaft and place the small one, followed by the big one, on the splined end. Pop the shaft back into the diff, The bushes now act as spacers, so the mesh is kept much tighter. It's still not perfect, but many times better than stock, and it doesn't cost anything for the extra parts, just the way we like it. While you're in the axle, it's a good time to put some fresh grease in, as the Tamiya ceramic stuff does dry out over time. A good blob worked in between the gears, and job done. Speaking of dried up grease, there's a load more gears in the chassis, so off comes the gear cover and we'll squirt some fresh grease in and give it a spin. I can feel the difference already, nice and smooth. That's enough playing with the lube. Gear cover back on, and it's servo time. With the servo plate loose, drop the servo in with its splines toward the rear of the chassis. Fit the 2 screws and do them up, then tighten down the servo plate. Servo saver on now. Eventually we will get to fitting a ball raced aluminium steering set. When I do, I'll be fitting a nice solid servo arm as well, but this will do for now. Incidentally, if you're buying a second-hand CC-01, if the servo is fitted with the splines at the front and a short pushrod, there's a good chance it will be one of the mid-90s models, as it wasn't until the more recent versions it was flipped with a longer pushrod for better steering. Electronics now. We will be using some servo tape, as it's all cheap gear so it can stay on the chassis permanently. First a dry fit, loads of room, so that'll do nicely. Peel the backing off the tape and stick them in. Keep the wiring nice and tidy, it'll keep the wires safe, and if nothing else it looks nice. The ESC wire can be folded up, zip tied and stuffed into one of the fake chassis rails. The motor wires can be stuffed into the area where the mechanical speed control servo would normally live. Lovely. Going to feed the antenna up through the mount, but making sure there are no sharp bends. Just a nice large smooth curve. Cut a length of antenna tube, pop it on and stick a cap on the top. Not strictly necessary, but it makes the install look nice and complete. Pop a 6-cell battery in. Without some hacking the tub, it will only accept NiCad NiMi or round LiPos. And since the truck doesn't take much power, just about any old pack will run it for quite some time. And since the ESC currently has Tamiya connectors, I'm using an old 2000 mAh NiCad. Last bit to get it rolling, some wheels. And there we have it, ready to roll. Ready to rock and roll. Turn on the radio, plug in the battery, and turn on the ESC. And it's alive! Steering's a bit off, but that's just arm position and linkage length. It's going though. Might as well put the body on, which is a bit of a struggle. My improvised front mount needs a bit of tweaking with a large file, but it'll do for the time being. Oh, the ESC and why it's good for a truck like this, especially for £7. Right, this is in what they call practice mode, which is the default. It works just like your average ESC. If we back up to the top of Test Mountain and hang the back wheels over the edge, then just nudge it over the top, we get an uncontrolled runaway. Now you could try and use the brakes, but there's a good chance you'll end up in an even worse situation. However, if we hold the button down for a few seconds, we enter climbing mode, which results in this. Drag brakes for £7. How cool is that? So, please welcome the new member of the RC Mojo Garage. Any suggestions for mods, accessories and all that good stuff will be appreciated. I've already got a fair idea on what I want to do, but it's you lot who watch the videos, so if you think of something I don't, all the better. Thanks for watching. As always, hit subscribe if you want updates, and like if you liked. If you can't get enough Mojo on the YouTubes, don't forget we're on Twitter and even have a little website at rcmojo.com.